To you live from the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, Wisconsin, Milwaukee to be specific. My name is Brian Engelman.
And I'm Blake Walley.
And today is Tuesday, July the 16th, 2024. Thank you for joining us. Cheers, Blake, to the health of President Trump. And we can pour a little out for the departed hero who dove on his family to save them.
Fireman, yeah.
The fireman, yeah.
We weren't prepared for this.
Today's show could be very different. Of course, Blake brought some Bibb and Tucker small batch double char bourbon. So just a little something to sip upon. The name of our other program for a sports show is called The Unhappy Hour. And that, of course, is because I've worked in a bar and I'm a Cleveland sports fan. So I got a lot of misery flowing through my blood and flowing through the drinks that I would serve people. But yes, we like to incorporate.
We're in a drinking town, Milwaukee. We're here for the RNC. We just arrived about an hour ago, just getting set up. So we'll be looking forward to creating some content in the next couple of days. But yeah, this is kind of just a quick reach out. We usually do a show Tuesday,
step
Thursday.
A little closer to the mic.
Right in the back here.
All right. About Tuesday, Thursday?
Right. We usually do a Tuesday, Thursday show, so we figured we should definitely give an update because we were driving most of the day, but we have arrived in Milwaukee. So it's great to be here, and we'll see what the rest of the RNC has to bring. So
absolutely. I want to just hit you with this breaking news. Bob Menendez has been found guilty on all counts, I believe. Bob Menendez convicted of a sprawling gold bar bribery scheme, as Blake says, scheme. Okay. Guilty on all 18 counts. Look at that. Accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars of bribes, including 1 kilogram gold bars, in exchange for selling his soul. Yeah, so Bo Snerdley has a great comment there. Remember all the demands for George Santos to be tossed out of the House of Representatives? No trial at the time, just accusations. Bob Menendez, guilty of all charges, still a U.S. Senator. Democrat, of course. Blake, explain why the Republicans will throw people out and hurt their numbers game when Democrats never will. Why aren't they they're playing different games.
Hold on.
It's like a different sport.
I think we're jumping here. No disrespect to Bo Snerdley. This just broke. Like the George Santos stuff was going on for months. So Bob Menendez just found guilty. I don't expect him to resign this afternoon, but certainly the calls are there and he could step down. So I think he will go down, just like George Santos. And George Santos, yeah, he probably deserved to get stepped down too, but it wasn't immediate.
I don't know. Felony counts of bribery feel like stepping down is not the right answer for prison. If we're ever going to try to take America and turn it into something that we enjoy, we're going to have to stop what's happening with selling bits and pieces of our infrastructure, bits and pieces of our soul to the highest bidder.
Even gold bars, Brian? You would take some gold bars?
Whoa, who's that?
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, so that's some news from today that I wanted to mention for you. So there you go. Thank you very much. That is occurring. Also today, we're going to talk about RFK Jr. He ended up getting Secret Service protection after all. Who would have thunk that? Also, we're going to, of course, talk about the failed assassination attempt against President Trump over the weekend. Thank God it did not materialize how that monster wanted it to be. Let's just be very grateful and thankful that Blake, would we be able to do a show right now if the president was cold on a slab somewhere? If he hadn't turned his head and he dropped dead, would we be doing a show right now? How would you be feeling?
We might, because there'd still probably be something set up, and there would still be news here in Milwaukee. I don't think they would cancel the entire. So that means we're up.
There we go.
Okay.
Continue.
All right, we're caught up. Okay, yeah, there would still be something going on. It would still be newsworthy for some sort. I don't know if Nikki Haley was planning to steal it. I knew I saw that rumor put out there.
And who put that rumor out?
It was
Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer's everywhere. How did she suddenly become the everything everywhere person?
She's just motivated. She's fiery. She's a firebrand. She likes to get out there and stir shit up. So
yeah. So she was
I don't agree with everything she does, but she does some pretty interesting shit, and it's good to see. So,
but you were saying that she was reporting what?
She was reporting that Nikki Haley had just got signed up for the RNC. She wasn't going to come this year, but 30 minutes or an hour and a half before Trump's assassination attempt, she decided to go to the RNC. So it was almost looked like it lined up, and it could be a coincidence that they were planning to give it to her. If there was they were prepared, perhaps that was going to be Trump's final day. She was going to get set to swoop in and be like, "I'm so sorry, but let's bring this party together under me, and I will beat Joe Biden or whoever the Democrats put in." That was, I think, could have been a game plan. You never know. But with these demons, all bets are off.
All bets are off. I like that you said swoop in because they called. By the way, it's just so weird that we're in the same fucking room.
Yeah.
Usually we got that half-second delay, and it's like we got talking bursts, and then try to we got to anticipate if the other person's trying to talk. Now we're just next to each other, ignoring that we're next to each other. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers again.
We made it safely. And I made a vow during the show with Mike Barra. We did a joint show. So essentially we share a studio. Blake kind of runs the infrastructure with Restream, and Blake does shows with Mike Barra. I do shows with the New American Media. Blake does shows with me. I jumped on with Mike. So we did kind of like a joint, hey, it's been a couple hours. Let's figure out what's happening the day of the failed Trump assassination plot. Wait, where was I going with that story? But
we're going to do another
show here. Tell us about the show coming up.
Let's promote that. So in about 2 hours from now, so 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be running our normal Toxically Masculine Tuesday with Mike Barra, Dr. Brooks Agnew, and Steve Doran, and then, of course, Brian and myself. So, you definitely want to stay tuned for that. They've always got great info to bring you exclusive stuff, insider stuff. So definitely want to get the latest news from that, if you can stick around for that in a couple of hours. So
yeah, so we'll be back. We'll be back on that on that platform shortly. Yeah. Okay, so yes, that's coming up. I just wanted to touch on something really interesting. Some of the first, let me tell you some of the stories that we're going to cover. We're going to talk about the Trump assassination attempt. Just kind of a couple days later, it's sunk in a little bit. Is agree or disagree? That the show's called the Agree to Disagree Show. We're going to ask you: do you agree or disagree that the Trump assassination attempt was likely caused by incompetence? We're also going to ask if Judge Eileen Cannon made the right move tossing the presidential documents case against Trump. By the way, that happened totally under the radar. Everybody talking about the Trump assassination plot. Nobody's thinking about Dr. Ruth passing away and Richard Simmons passing away. They missed Trump and then Shannon Doherty. Yeah. Things happen in threes. You hear that a lot. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but they missed Trump and then Shannon Doherty caught the stray.
That's just how the works, I guess. We missed Trump. I guess we're going to have to take, I don't know, Shannon Doherty.
So
it's like a roll of the dice. I have no idea how the universe works. If it does come in threes, who knows?
And really, Trump, they said Trump's fidgetiness caused him to just that slight turn of the head. And the fact, have you seen the video clip of him before the shot? I mean, like a minute before.
Yeah, I've seen the. I don't know exactly where you're going. But
well, where I'm going is he goes on a rant and he's very off the cuff. The thing about Trump is people say, oh, he's all over the place. He's unfocused. He's ADD or whatever. But my brain works that way too. That there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, you get to some really interesting conclusions that way by taking alternate paths. But he was going on and on about, they're off the teleprompter. They tell me, I got a great crack team. They've been saying they're getting really quick, though. They're getting really quick. And look, they got it up on the Jumbotron. So here's the numbers. And the fact that he went off script and went to, let's take that down. That's boring. I don't want to see that. Go to the other thing. These guys are the best. You know how Trump does. He builds everyone up. But like, he went off script. He went and talked about a thing. And as he turned, that's when the bullet whizzed by. Had he not, it would have, we'd know all 3 names of that shooter by heart, and we would never be able to unlearn it. Thankfully, I don't have them memorized completely, and I'm going to try to keep it that way and never mention his name. But anyway, I digress. So Judge Eileen Cannon, let me get back to that real quick, because we're going to talk about her tossing the presidential documents case in Mar-a-Lago. It's gone. Jack Smith, we're going to talk about it. He never deserved to be there. Huge decision, but it's something that's overdue and probably should have been done a while ago. Also, we're going to react to the action to the we're going to react to the announcement, rather, that President Trump has selected JD Vance from Ohio to be his vice presidential candidate. Was that a great move? That's a great move. Agree or disagree? Answer me that question. And the RNC attendees should trust Nikki Haley's speech tonight. All right, Blake, where would you like to start off, sir?
Well,
take it away. Let me take this call.
Probably do kind of a lightning round here, but we'll save it for the other show coming up in 2 hours. But yeah, let me just go back to that. Not too fond of Nikki Haley, so I was curious to see if they actually made some adjustments to her original speech that she was going to make. Had they actually pulled off the assassination? And then you got to wonder when Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, was in the Oval Office when he was making his speech the other day. You got to wonder if that was also set up differently. Were they expecting this or not? That is what we're trying to figure out. And so far, it looks pretty bad. We're talking about incompetence or whether this was deliberate. I'm going to say, just in my opinion, and we don't know yet, we're still gathering facts, but it looks like this was perhaps a deliberate stand down, unfortunately, which means they set him up to be offed in front of everybody. And whether it was the wind or the divine intervention or the turn of the head, who knows? But that certainly made the difference. That was 1 inch away from civil war. And who knows? This could have been really one of the ugliest scenes in American history. And it was still like, it turned into historic, but for different reasons. But we'll stay out of that. But who knows what they were planning to do and how they were, if they knew in advance and they were already planning and they had speeches ready. They had Nikki Haley ready to swoop in, Joe Biden ready to make this somber address to the country about healing after, Trump was offed. But fortunately, it did not happen. So now we're in uncharted territory. And are they going to try to set up something else? Now, the rumor was, even with JFK, when he was killed in Dallas in 1963, but rumors before that, I think they were planning to off him in, it could be Chicago, I'm not 100%, before he went to Dallas, and then they had to abort that particular mission. So once they have you in their targets, they are going to take you out. But since he survived the assassination attempt, maybe things will cool off for a while, but we're not out of the woods, and these people are going to go for broke. So it's pretty, buckle up, everybody, because this is going to, we might not have an election. I don't know, but this is a historic year, 2024, and it's probably not over yet. They're going to be desperate to take Trump down no matter what. And since they couldn't get him with the lawfare or with the gun at the Saturday, who knows what they're going to do. I've heard Alex Jones talking about maybe they're going to set off a bomb. I have no idea. I guess we're going to be right here on the ground zero here in Milwaukee. Hopefully not this week, and hopefully not ever.
Hey,
but,
real quick question off camera. What time is it Eastern? I'm confused on Central, Eastern. What time is our next show? And
9 o'clock Eastern. So
okay, so 9 o'clock
2 hours.
Eastern. And it's an hour show?
2 hours. Usually about an hour. Yeah.
Okay,
so we're getting prepared for that. So thank you. And it's good to see everybody, Tim and Holy Hoax. and everybody. So yeah, we're just going to do a quick one since we arrived here, and we usually do a show on Tuesday. Driving all day, but we are here in Milwaukee just to give a preview, and then the next couple of days we'll be gathering info as well, but also the big show's coming up in a couple of hours with Mike Barra, Dr. Brooks, and Steve Doran, and they have very interesting insider sources. We can get some interesting info on that I don't even know about, so we'll look forward to that. So make sure you're following Mike Barra or myself and Brian on Twitter X, and you won't miss it, streaming on multiple platforms. I'm gonna have to let Brian come in for the VP pick. It wasn't not don't know too much about JD Vance, so I'm just trying to be optimistic about that. But I'll see what Brian knows, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other people know. It's a good thing we didn't get Marco Rubio, and the other pick wasn't to the Doug Burgum, the governor of North Dakota. So if those were the final three, and it appears that those were the top three picks, then I would just automatically take JD Vance, just addition by subtraction compared to the other guys, hoping for Vivek, but it's all good, or Tulsi Gabbard. There was some other good picks, or Kerry Lake. But yeah, JD Vance, very interesting pick there. That will be the insurance, and certainly much better than Mike Pence could have been. So, okay, so it should be an interesting week, and we had to come and see for ourselves the epic shit show, the greatest reality show in the galaxy here on planet Earth, this time Milwaukee 2024 for the RNC. Okay, Brian.
I'm back. Yes. Sorry, I'm coordinating.
Away. Okay.
Yes. We're talking about Bo Snerdley. I am Snerdley, and I'm Rush.
Right.
Wait, you're never going to rush me, because I live on BST, Brian Standard Time. You ever hear that?
So you're right. Yeah.
BST stands for Brian Standard Time.
Yeah,
no, it's CPT. CPT is what they call it. Anyway, okay, so what have you covered? Who's in the Bigfoot soft wall ski? What am I reading? Oh, we got the agree to disagree. Let's take that down.
Let's get back to the with the question. So the only thing I can't really cover too much is JD Vance, other than to say that he would be the best choice, just knowing that Marco Rubio would not be good, and that Doug Burgum, whatever his name is, also had several red flags. So not a good choice either. So I was just saying I was hoping for Vivek, Lake, or Tulsi, but I think JD Vance is a very interesting pick. I'm not necessarily against it, but I'm curious to get your take, Brian, because you're from the great state of Ohio. You might have a little more of a inside knowledge than I would.
Yeah, darn skippy I am. By the way, Ohio cops have killed a man near the park. Let's see, right here at the RNC, they're calling for a full and transparent investigation into what exactly led to the shooting, including the swift release of any body cam footage pertaining to the encounter. Oh, the ACLU. Thanks for that. But yeah, near the RNC, apparently, hearing reports it may have been a homeless man, may have been a homeless man with a knife, may have been a homeless man with a knife who attacked a cop, may have been a homeless man with many knives who threatened a cop, could have been a homeless man who had a knife or several knives, and the cop noticed and shot him too early. They're calling for release of the video camera footage, the body cam footage. But apparently, according to one of the reports I was watching here on WISN here in Milwaukee, they were saying that for the Republican convention, they changed the rules for the police, something about they don't have to wear body camera footage, or they don't have to release it to the public. So there's some activists that are kind of getting involved. They're holding a vigil for this person at 8:00 tonight. Our buddy Ford Fisher with News to Share is on the scene right now, kind of seeing what there is to see coming up in about, 2 hours, 1 hour? I'm getting really confused on the time zone here. 2 hours. But that's something that occurred. People were saying, why did you wait so long to take a shot at that shooter? And now they shot someone maybe prematurely. I don't know. But now that Nikki Haley's on the screen, you know what it reminded me of? I was in the middle of my sentence. I didn't finish my thought play. I said it's very fitting that she's known as Bird Brain. And I think you said that she swooped in. She swooped in to do the thing. And I'm like, yeah, like a vulture. She strikes me as a GD vulture. It's not just bird brain. She's not just a nincompoop, a nitwit, a fly-by-night clown. She's a vulture. I don't know if any of what Laura Loomer has reported is true or not, but she strikes me as a low character, high sellout, traitorous person. I don't trust her as far as I could throw her. I could actually throw her pretty far. I just learned on Toxically Masculine Tuesday, you do a flex, right? Is that a thing?
Sometimes.
I think Steve told me, you got to learn how to do this. I'm like, all right, so I'll do that. So anyway, a lot's happening. It's day 2. Do you pronounce it Pfizer V Forum? Pfizer V Forum? I really don't know. I don't watch Milwaukee Bucks games.
You should know that one.
I don't care about sports like I used to.
Okay.
I care about Cleveland sports and big sports stories. All right. Bigfoot Soft Wash. What's up, guys? Thanks for going to the RNC. Y'all be safe. Hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you. Tim H is saying that Deep State is tripping on their own junk. Yeah, I mean, you're not
wrong. Yeah.
You're not wrong. And it's glorious.
But
by the way, tonight's speakers, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Marco Rubio, and Laura Trump. Tonight's speakers at the GOP convention. Donald Trump came in yesterday with a bandaged ear. Just watching this footage again as he's dropping to the ground. It's just, Blake, is this the first presidential assassination attempt that you vividly remember?
Yeah, I mean, Reagan happened, was it 1980?
It was a while ago. Was it second
81?
term? Maybe. Was it first term?
No, it was the first term.
First
That's
term,
when he had
okay.
the landslide re-election. So let's just say it was between 1980 and 83. I was probably, barely 3 to 5 years old or something.
Gotcha.
I'm old, but not old enough to remember that assassination. I do remember Ronald Reagan, though. He was quite the iconic character back in that time. Oh, and how I miss those days. The 80s were a dream compared to
I know. This train wreck that ran. By the way, Blake, you were right.
Dystopia.
Put a hole in it. But I was squeezing it. I did squeeze it and cause a problem.
Okay.
All right. So
glass?
Yeah, your glass is there. Yeah. Did you rinse it? Did you wash it?
No.
I gotta
worried
wash
about
it.
those dust.
No, I'm worried about
It's booze. It's gonna kill any bacteria that's in it.
All right. Let's get to the news because we're just going to buzz through what's going on.
Yep.
We're going to hit the town. We're going to go around to see what there is to see here in Milwaukee. And then we're going to be on the scene tomorrow doing some man on the street segments, trying to grab some stray interviews, see what there is to see. I'm looking over here. They're doing a big GOP black voter push, watching that on the news as well. Okay, good. How about just voters? What's color got to do with anything relevant? Nothing. Okay, so let's talk about this, Blake.
Yeah.
Topic number 1 over here.
See how many open tabs Brian has on his computer. I don't know.
Oh, this is nothing.
Anything.
You know what's hilarious? I have about 7 different profiles that have an equal amount of these.
Oh my God.
Don't you worry about me.
Computer must be just.
All right, Blake. So agreed.
And he never shuts it down. It just only sleeps. It's like sleep deprivation torture for his computer.
Something like that. All right, so here's the question, Blake. Agree or disagree that the Trump assassination attempt was likely caused by incompetence?
No, I disagree.
You disagree that incompetence likely caused the Trump assassination
oopsie,
attempt? No,
that's a lot of oopsies. That's something at the top. There was either a stand down or this seems to be deliberate as far as I can tell. There's just no excuse. You can't call that incompetence.
Tim is saying Reagan hated Bush. Okay, I mean, Bush was CIA family,
Yep. And JFK, hated Lyndon Johnson. And guess where that got him?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
both, right.
That's why you have to be very careful who you put as your VP.
But if the party comes to you and says they try to arrange that, you're kind of
no, they always try to arrange it.
And if they had their way, they would have given Trump either Nikki or Rubio.
Nikki
They
or
gave
Rubio.
him Pence last time, which wasn't too awful, but it wasn't great.
Where was Pence when you needed him
Not
on the
good at all.
6th?
I understand it, but no, that's no.
You had one moment and
There
you
was
just
never a
folded.
surprise, that he was going to come through now. Never believed it. It was a strategic pick in 2016, but not a good choice.
Hey, do you have a thought, Blake, on the Karen Secret Service? So we're talking about incompetence versus. discuss the DEI component. They're talking about Karens, but maybe it's just how is a 5'3" lady supposed to physically protect and lift their arms and block a how tall is Trump? 6'5", 6'6", 6'7"?
Maybe no.
Barron's like
Barron's
6'9",
6'7" or 6'8". Yeah, Barron's
he's like almost 7 feet or something. It's like gangly and
yeah.
Well, they're saying those
like Pleiadian, or he's like an alien.
Anunnaki.
Right?
Yeah, that they have that they descend from a bloodline of rulers and leaders.
But who knows?
But that's the most fun topic you could imagine talking about.
Could just be Scottish warrior. Who knows?
But Tim H saying Prescott Bush gave Reagan a wedgie when he was a wedgie when he was at Bohemian Grove. Yes, only the penitent man shall pass. And hey, you got to go through this hazing. We all went through it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come on down to this island. We'll have a really good time. And when you wake up from your drug-induced debauchery.
With all the male prostitutes. Right.
Hey, let me ask you this, Blake. We're not going to play the clip. It's not tough to play, but we're sharing one screen here. I just want to divert it real quick. We're talking about the island and blackmail. Why would Jack Black decide to go out in Los Angeles when I got a call from President Biden and he said he needed me? So I said, I'm going to come out and I'm going to try to help. That's why I'm here with George Clooney and all my friends and Barack Obama, and we're going to raise funds for the president. Okay, that's one thing. That's cringy. It's awful. Remember, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson said, I got so much shit from endorsing Biden last time. I am not doing that this time around. But the Jumanji stars, The Rock stepped away, and Jack Black said, okay, I'll do it. And then on stage at a birthday thing, happy birthday to you, Tenacious D, on stage, Jack Black says, what do you wish for? And Kyle Gass, I wish that they wouldn't have missed Trump. Or I hope that I make a wish that they don't miss Trump next time. Something like that. Something right along those lines. Blake. What in the actual F? By the way, now the latest is they've canceled their entire tour today.
Really?
The entire tour is canceled. And Jack Black released a statement. I'll pull up the statement, but tell me what you think about this.
I want to see that because as a fan of Jack Black and Tenacious D, and I've seen him in concert twice, I had a blast. I'm deeply disappointed. But I know they did Apocalypto. That's the cartoon they did, which they ran at their last concert. And that does kind of talk some shit about Trump and Donald Jr., but it's just all against anti-establishment, just sticking it to the man kind of thing. But when you're standing up for Biden, that is the man, that is the establishment, and for them to make sides on this, it's not good. And that was, I don't know, it was a spontaneous thing that they said. Maybe you could say that. At the after party, but not on stage like that. They got the red, white, and blue up there. Yeah, very bad move, and that's a PR disaster. And for them to cancel their entire tour, that's a big deal. So,
but I think conservatives finally figured out, hey, Sally, stand up and cancel them. Stand up and speak your mind. Stand up and stop being pushed around like a little weakling. They're going to try to ruin your life regardless. Go out with some dignity. Stop apologizing. Anchor yourself in the things that you believe. Be peaceful. Be full of love. But don't acquiesce and don't kowtow to the loudest, angriest nitwits with mental conditions that are barking at you. So anyway, here's the video. I guess I wasn't going to play it, but now I'll play it. Let me make sure I have the volume all the way up. This is a happy birthday.
Share screen on?
Yeah, I got share screen. And it's full screen. It's a sideways camera from TikTok. Here you go. Kyle Gass. They're singing happy birthday to him. Jack Black is, and says, what do you wish for? Here you go. Make a wish.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Don't miss Trump next time. You look at Jack Black. Look how uncomfortable he looks, and a strange thank you afterward. Hold on.
So what do you think? Is that wasn't scripted, or was it?
Hell if I know, but they scripted themselves out of a tour.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't say even Jack Black. What did he say particularly? He set it up. It was Kyle Gass that actually said that.
This account saying the real reason Jack Black canceled all his next shows because he knows nobody will show up after he let this happen. He's not ashamed. He wasn't blindsided. His former remarks still stand about Trump, and he just got canceled. Good job, jackass. You're done. Australia, there were calls to lose citizenship, to be to be kicked out of the country. Tenacious D's Australia tour been canceled after widespread condemnation around seeing the desire. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here's what Jack Black said in his post. This is what I was looking for. He says, I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. Wow. All future creative plans are on hold. It's like, I feel like he just broke up the band.
Well, I
is
wouldn't
what that
quite
feels
say
like.
That. They got to let the PR. They got to let this go away. And it was Kyle that said it. It's too bad. That's a bad way to like ruin your birthday.
Yeah, no shit. What did I do last night? Bro, you canceled your entire income forever.
Right.
What did I do? Remember, it was your birthday and you ate that edible and you ran your mouth? Well, turns out people don't want to hurt President Trump. They know that the deep state's lying about him. Yeah, they are? They figured that out? Yeah, see, it turns out 51 intelligence officials, and he's a Russian asset, and there are P-tapes, and some lady from a Law and Order scene in a department store. Lie. Documents. Yeah, they're all lies, and now they figured out that they've been lying to him. Oh, man, and I said, what did I say? Here's what actually the actual Kyle Gass had to say here. The line I improvised, so here it's not scripted, apparently. Well, according to this press release that one of his press people wrote for him. The line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret any pain I've caused. So there you have it. That's Kyle Gass's response. Blake, does that do enough for you to kind of move the needle and move along, or piss off? I'm done with you. We're fighting fire with fire now. You just put a bullet through our president's ear and skull, like the side of his head. We're done. We're going to cancel you. Speak out. Fine. Speak out. And you'll be like Kid Rock. Fuck with me. Kid Rock came on social media and said, wait, did you ever see the Kid Rock thing?
Right, the Bud Light thing?
Let's
not get into the woods.
Go ahead.
We're going to get into the weeds, Brian. Okay. Anyway, I'm not that vindictive. I think that he made a nice statement. I think this is pain enough that they're going to have to cancel the tour. Jack Black will be fine. Kyle Gass, talented guy, but he's, I think, mostly just a musician. I don't know if he does much of the movies unless it's with Jack as the sidekick, or he does little bit roles like he did in Year One, where he was the eunuch. It's too bad. I feel bad for him. Maybe it was just spontaneous. Maybe that's his true feelings. But either way, I feel bad. It's like it's your birthday. It'd be like, getting your birthday, you drink a whole bottle of Jägermeister, you get blackout drunk and do something stupid, and then it's not good. So, I
had this thought. Well, let me tell you about
edible. I say Jägermeister, whatever. Right.
Okay, but I have an idea.
Yeah.
About what Trump should do. Let me tell. Here's what Kid Rock had to say. Just kind of how I feel about Tenacious D in general, about all of this in general.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
Okay.
I am feeling, I don't think vindictive is the right word. I think justice. I think sick of the shit. This has gone from stupid, I don't know what's past stupid, crazy, into absolutely toxically violent rhetoric. Oh, Trump said bad things before. You've called him Hitler for 9 years. Enough. We are demanding that you stand down because you're out of your damn minds. You've been trying to arrest him, cage him, throw him into a hole, strip him of Secret Service protection, and put a bullet in his brain. Got no more time. So, like, but here's my thing, Blake. Maybe they could, Donald Trump could invite both Kyle Gass and Jack Black to Mar-a-Lago. Sit down, have a beverage with them, have a talk. Calm things down and go, look, man, why do you hate me? And they said, well, you said this, you said that. I go, actually, that was fake. That was a hoax. I never said that, because if you ask any TDS sufferer, a Trump derangement syndrome sufferer, the reasons they hate the man, they're lies. Oh, 51 intelligence officials. The laptop was fake. It was a Russian. You're a Russian asset. You're not in it for America. All these things, they're lie after lie after lie. So I think Donald Trump could go a long way to invite Tenacious D, have brunch, have a conversation. So guys, we gotta find a way. Is there a way we can? And I think we should. Can we shake on this? Can we move forward? Like, I know you're a Biden Obama Democrat guy for whatever reason. Nobody's perfect, but like, can we be cool? And like, that would be awesome for both sides. What say you?
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. I don't know if they can. It's worth a shot. But I mean, yeah, Jack Black is in a bad position there because he's going to have to pick between his buddy George Clooney or side with Trump so that they can save their Tenacious D and their tour and their future creative endeavors. So, but I guess that's what they've done to themselves. So it's sad. Just rock out, make some good music, and not stay out of the political stuff. Just whatever.
I can't tell you how many times the crazy, cringy, progressive left ramblings from a musician has made me instantly really dislike the music. Like, I stopped playing it. I stopped going to shows. I don't purchase merchandise. But any final thoughts on the assassination attempt before we roll past it? You're saying it's not likely incompetence. There's no way you leave a rooftop open at 130 yards on a dead shot. There's no way you do it. There's no way that's accidentally misplaced. I can't find my car keys. Did they fall out when I was driving? When I sat in that booth? I don't know. At the gas station when I reached in my pocket for the chapstick? Okay, there's accidents. And then there's, oh my God. Yeah. You left the flames open on your barbecue grill underneath the cabana. What did you expect? So yeah, I don't see this as an accident. I don't see this as incompetence. This is, I will once again call on the head of the Secret Service to be instantly detained by the military, taken to Guantanamo Bay and interrogated, along with all the field commanders on site that day. I'm not saying harm them in any way. I'm saying detain them, arrest them under suspicion of treason, and interrogate them aggressively, not violently. Aggressively.
Enhanced interrogation techniques.
I'll stop one click short of that.
Waterboarding.
Tell you what, I'm going to go for a walk around the block. I don't know what happens here in the next hour or two, but I'm going to go for a walk. You let me know if anything comes up. I'll be back in about 3 hours. How about that? There's no way this person should not be immediately stripped of their position and interrogated under the most aggressive manner, because this feels intentional. Prove otherwise. So that's my thought on that. We got a million things to unpack, and we'll get to that, but we have a city to explore. Okay, Judge Eileen Cannon Blake, she has tossed the Mar-a-Lago presidential documents case against President Trump. It's gone. Cool. They said Special Prosecutor Jack Smith was not properly appointed. So it never happened. How they put Jack Smith there without putting him there, and how everyone went along with it is beyond my comprehension. But what say you? This one is now off the books. They could pursue it further later. They could I don't feel like there's any political will for this. Everything the deep state regime is doing to destroy Trump is backfiring. I don't know if they're going to do it to put it back up into the courts. But what say you? This is a huge win for Trump again.
Yeah, it's definitely a win. So it looks like it's going to be going away, at least for now. I don't think they have any momentum on their side, and they'd have to get another special prosecutor, and they'd have to do it the right way if they want to keep going after it. But I think at this point, and after the assassination, it's just timing is bad, and they just have to let this one go. So that's it.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one,
and it's the thing with Biden when in his handling of classified documents was so much worse anyway. they don't have anything there. It's just there's no leverage.
There's no there.
Yeah.
Let me say this, give some kudos. Thomas Massey, one of the only people worth their weight. By the way, Ohio cops have killed a man near the park out here at the RNC. They're getting ready for a press conference coming up and a vigil at 8 o'clock. We may or may not make our way over there. We'll see how things deteriorate. It was only a few miles away from here. We drove through Kenosha coming up for the convention. It's like a sleepy little town can turn into a cluster real fast if the deep state Democrats are pushing a divisive racial narrative around election time, and if it might benefit their team, there's nothing disgusting the Democrats will not do to divide and destroy their communities. So be prepared. I just wanted to give Thomas Massey his roses, Blake. He says in a post yesterday, last month I questioned Attorney General Garland about the constitutionality of Jack Smith's appointment. He did not have good answers. Fast forward, Judge Cannon just dismissed the classified documents case against Trump, citing the unconstitutionality of Smith's appointment. So bravo, Thomas Massey, and rest in peace to his dearly departed wife. It's been 2 or 3 or 4 weeks now. I don't know if they have a cause of death on that yet. He's going through a lot, but I just want to say we really appreciate Thomas Massey bringing some heat to Congress. But
right.
Anyway, any final thoughts on this? It seems like, at least temporarily, this document scam where they sent armed guards who were authorized to shoot and kill in Mar-a-Lago with Secret Service and President Trump. That's what they did. They've been trying to kill Trump for a year and a half. In different ways, to different degrees of hotness, heatness, of warmth. The flame cooked up to 10 or to 2 or to 5. They're trying to kill Trump, and they will not stop. And this one being tossed, oh my gosh, a president who declassified everything, took documents that his department handed to him. He declassified it all. Oh my gosh, every president does. He didn't have a secret server in his bathroom, in his hall closet in a condo, being siphoned all the relevant information by China like Hillary did. But they let Hillary get away with everything. They go after Trump. Is there any justice, Blake, in this country if you only go after Democrats? If you only go after Republicans and always give Democrats a pass? They say retribution. I'm saying, where's the damn justice? Is there any?
All right, well, we'll see. The Menendez thing was an interesting twist, and they're dropping cases on Trump. But, yeah, let's pause. Check it out. We'll be back in about an hour and a half for the Toxically Masculine show and cover all kinds of other issues.
Oh, we got 2 more, though.
Oh, come on, dude. We got to go. Brian.
We got time.
No, we don't.
For
Brian,
what?
Come on. I thought we're go eat. I gotta take a shower. I gotta eat.
No, there's
we got
that.
an hour and a half. Let's wrap this up. We don't need to do a marathon show here. It's great to do it. Thank you. Let's knock one out, but let's.
All right, you go shower. I'll talk about JD Vance and the RNC.
Yeah, you get your talking out of your system. All right.
I'm doing a show. You're trying to shower. You go shower.
Well, we gotta get dinner too. I want to eat.
All right. Blake's getting hangry, folks. We're going to go get some food in a moment.
All right, well, let's just talk for another hour and a half straight, then we'll just go right into the next show. We won't eat, I won't shower, and then that's it. We have to.
2 topics remain. President Trump made a great vice presidential selection in JD Vance. Agree or disagree? JD Vance, I don't know enough about him. My dad, being from Ohio, met him, likes him. His track record has him as a never Trumper. There's some really questionable quotes about JD Vance in the early days. Allegedly, he's come around. He's won over President Trump, who trusts him. And the fact of the matter is as simple as this statement. President Trump trusts him. Good or bad or otherwise. Good, bad, or neutral. Trump trusts him. And that's his choice. So he's building his legacy on this decision. I'm going to look into some of those earlier statements. I'm not entirely sold on JD Vance. I like the concept of Vivek Ramaswamy. I had some reservations about him as well. I don't know that a perfect candidate was out there, but we went with Vance. He's not really going to bring you, I don't know. If you consider Ohio to be a swing state, it's important. But I feel like Ohio's clearly in the bag for Trump. There's nothing that could unseat, nothing can unseat that. But that's going to be number 2 in charge now. JD Vance. We'll unpack that more when we have a little bit more time. And finally, The RNC attendees should trust Nikki Haley's speech tonight. Well, we cover that with the Laura Loomer accusations and theories. I don't trust Nikki Haley at all. I'm disappointed she's speaking, but maybe if the RNC is trying to show that even the most ardent Trump haters, the Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, if even they can come together and join forces, maybe the rest of the country can come together. Because this whole Trump is Hitler, he's going to destroy the nation, there's never going to be an election again. It's like, I feel like you're explaining Zelensky, banning opposing political parties, banning elections, I don't know, kidnapping men and conscripting them, men and women, to die in the front lines and in some war that should have never happened. So I have thoughts, and we'll unpack those later. But for now, I think we're going to get it moving to the next episode, folks. Thank you for joining us on today's brief 45-minute episode of the Agree to Disagree show. We will be on scene tomorrow, out and about in Milwaukee, seeing what the city is about, seeing if we can run into some interesting interviews in the meantime. So thank you so much for watching. Follow The New American Media, thenewamericanmedia.com. On Facebook, The New American Media Facebook page, and search TNAM for all of the private groups. Facebook.com, YouTube.com/The New American Media. Telegram, TNAM and TNAM chat. On X, we're at American_media_. Truth Social, The New American Media. Rumble, The New American Media. Spotify, The Agree to Disagree show. And if you'd like to contribute, patreon.com/The New American Media. Or Cash App at Brian Engelman. ENGELMAN. If you'd like to support Blake Walley in his journalistic endeavors, he is on Cash App. Where's he at? $Blake W99. $Blake W99. Check him out on X at TV's Blake Walley and thenextlevelnews.com. All right. Bouncing. We shall see you soon. To be continued. Whew.